Good morning, everybody. Wes Rapaport here. We're coming to you live from the city of Corpus Christi this morning. We are here taking a look at some of the flooding conditions after the storms overnight. Some heavy rainfall across parts of the coastal bend, as well as parts of the Rio Grande Valley, even up into the Houston area. A lot of folks in South and Central Texas seeing varying degrees of rain over the last 24, even the last 12 hours or so. So take a look at just one example right here. We want to show you, we are monitoring some of the road closures here in this area. As you can see, this roadway has flooded over. Now, there was the expectation of some road closures, and parts of this community do flood side streets and things when there is a lot of rain. This will subside eventually as that water finds a place to go. This obviously not impacting traffic or anybody's day-to-day business here on this Saturday morning. Again, Governor Greg Abbott issued a disaster declaration for upwards of 75 to 80 counties, including parts of the Rio Grande Valley, parts of the coastal bend, even all the way up into Central Texas. That was to serve as a precautionary measure in case there would be additional assistance needed from state, federal agencies, that sort of thing. From what we're hearing from folks across the board, seems to be fairly mellow. I know that there was some localized flooding in some areas, that there was some minor issues with folks trying to get where they needed to go to be able to keep going with your day last night or even this morning. So one of the things, of course, that we've been talking to you about, the Department of Public Safety says even if you come across a road like this, it's really unclear exactly how deep that goes. Even though you think you can see the lines in the street there, it's better to turn around and find an alternative route than to put your car through whatever you find on the other end of that road there. So of course we want to make sure that you stay safe out there, and we are doing the same, so that's why we stopped here to show you what we're seeing here. Again, Corpus Christi got a lot of rain last night, seemed to be okay flooding wise, except for a few situations like this. I know Port Aransas up to our north just a little bit had some minor flooding as well, some road closures there. I know that there are issues we saw from the Aransas County folks saying that there were people who were trying to drive through some of these roads and causing wakes that was kicking water up into people's yards and people's homes. So that's something that local officials in the Port Aransas and the Aransas County area here slightly up north are looking into as well. But again, to kind of summarize here, everything seems to be okay with the exception of some minor localized flooding in these areas. Of course, as we show you off to the right here, these are some of the buildings that saw at least part of the brunt of Hurricane Harvey. So that's one of the reasons why we're down here, is we were wanting to make sure that some of those folks who were hit by Hurricane Harvey didn't see the worst of the tropical disturbance that fizzled and the rain and the possible flooding that came along with that overnight. So some of these buildings here are still being worked on. There are, of course, a lot of buildings in the Rockport area, Port Aransas, that are still being worked on. Still active construction sites with, tarps. Some people still have tarps on their homes. People still trying to get four walls and a roof back up together so that they can stay dry. So that's one of the reasons why we are here monitoring things on the coast, also wanting to provide another perspective for the folks in the RGV as well, to show you, we're looking at things down there, but also tracking this system along the coast. So if we're seeing any questions from anybody, or everybody seems to be pretty good. All right. Well, if there aren't any questions, feel free to ask your questions on this comment section. We'll see what we can get to in this live stream is over, and for now we are going to be wrapping things up here from Corpus Christi. Of course, for the latest information, you can visit kveo.com. You can find us right here on Facebook, of course, RGV Proud, and we will of course be providing updates as they are needed to keep you informed, keep you and your family safe. We'll see you later.